I'm Pooja Chaturvedi, and in today's episode of the Lounge podcast, we will talk to Jerry Pinto, the Mumbai-based poet and fiction writer. Jerry is taking a poetry writing workshop in Mumbai on 29th June and 30th June. This 2-day workshop will have sessions on different forms and types of poetry, its structure, and of course, how to find your own style of poetry. But how to teach poetry in a workshop? Let's find out. Hi Jerry, welcome to the Lounge podcast.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here.
So Jerry, tell us, poetry writing at a workshop, doesn't it seem contradictory?
No, actually not. See, because there is some kind of notion that poetry is the kind of thing that springs subcutaneously out of your fingers and smears the paper. And that probably is where most people start writing poetry, with the notion of putting down what the interior landscape is like. And real poetry, like any other art form, needs to be worked upon, needs to be chiseled, needs to be carved. It is an artisanal activity.
And talking about teaching, you've been a teacher for nearly 30 years. And one of your subjects is creative expression, which is what poetry all about. So how do you teach?
The funny thing is, actually, I don't see this as a teaching experience so much as I see it as a facilitating experience. I'll be there as a facilitator. I'll be there saying, together we can make this happen. Together we can create a space where poetry matters. So if you say, I write poetry, people say, I used to read poetry when I was in school, but now I don't read poetry. And if you're like saying, but why don't you? But it's just as if there's a fear of poetry. Poetry is something that a Brahminical activity that only certain elites do. One of the things that a poetry workshop can do is help you hone and shape and define and sharpen and make more aerodynamic your arrow.
And talking about your book Asylum is very personal. So does poetry always need to be personal?
See, that's the thing. I don't think poetry needs to be anything except poetry. It can be personal, it can be impersonal, it can be political, it can be revolutionary, it can be confessional. It really doesn't matter. The labels come later. Actually, the intention comes first. The intention is to create poems. I don't think Emily Dickinson sat down and said, I am a confessional poet or I am a woman poet.
And Jerry, when we talk about poetry, especially in a country like India, we still tilt towards subjects like sciences. Do you think poetry writing is picking up in India?
There's always been much more poetry happening than we can imagine. Extraordinary books that have come out in the last few months. There's Adil Jassawala's The Right Kind of Dog from Duckbill Press. So despite the complete lack of support from mainstream publishing, books continue to come out in almost every language, including English. I think there is something to be said about this stubborn, resistant art form that refuses to die, refuses to acknowledge that there is no money behind it, which is just there and in your face and isn't going away anytime soon.
That's there.
Think about it, in the last 25 years, I don't know anybody who's had a good poetry editor. Who's the last poetry editor at a mainstream publishing house that you've heard of? No one. Poetry in this country is a cottage industry, it's a small-scale industry. It's a handloom enterprise. It's artisanal. It exists and lives off its own earnings. So if you're somewhere out there thinking about publishing your poetry, if you actually believe in it, then publish it yourself. Do it. Don't wait for somebody to validate your poetry and to say, here it is, because we do this for ourselves. No one does it for us.
That's a very wonderful advice. So any foreseeable plans, future plans that you can share with us?
One of the good things about the place in which I am at this point, I do only what I want to do largely. And so therefore, over the last 1 year, I have been working steadily on Adil Jassawala's collected prose. So that means it was like, eating chocolate created by some mad scientist, with interesting vegetable substances inside it. Brilliant prose. And that's the next book that's coming out from Alice, which is called Maps of a Mortal Moon, Essays in Entertainment, collected prose of Adil Jassawala, edited by Jerry Pinto. And I'm looking forward to that tremendously. And what I'm working on is another translation, but that, is such kind of, almost, it's like a germinating seed that you can't show anybody because the harsh glare of anyone else seeing it might shrivel the seed. So right now I'm working on that, sort of scribbling it away in corners and wondering whether anything will happen. So when people, are you working on your next novel? I say I'm writing, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a short story, it's a novel, it's a play, it's a poem, it's a nothing at all. So I don't know, wish me luck.
Yes, all the best, and we would love to know it very soon. Thanks for talking to us.
That's my pleasure, in fact.
Jerry Pinto's poetry writing workshop is on Saturday, that is 29th June, and Sunday 30th June from 10:30 am to 4 pm at SR House, KK Marg, Mahalakshmi, Mumbai. For more information, you can visit the website www.awithlearning.in. Does poetry inspire you? Tell us at feedback@livemint.com. Have a great weekend.